Well, we're on a roll here, so I figured I'd do one more because I kind of just did something that was kind of big. So for those of you that watch regularly, you know I practice semen retention, and so that's something I've been doing to basically kind of get control of my sex drive, my sexual urges, which we all have for those of us that are, you know, younger and still virile. But the other thing is our fleshly desire to eat. And so I've seen a lot of videos of people talking about fasting and semen retention. I've done fasts before. It's been a while though since I did a full whole day from the previous day to the next day fast. So I decided to do a water fast, and I went for 37 hours. I broke the fast at 11 o'clock today. So I went all through yesterday to the previous night around 9 o'clock, I think. So the interesting thing to fasting and semen retention is that you're having to overcome your flesh, your fleshly desires. And we use both of these things often to kind of cover up internal issue or pain. Food and sex, or PMO, for those of you that know what that is, or if you don't, look it up. So just a couple things I just wanted to get out to kind of what I experienced, I guess, this last while. So, or I guess, the last day and a half or whatever. I did exercise. I ran this morning 4 miles. Yesterday I walked last night, and I ran in the morning 4 miles. I walked 45 minutes last night. So I did exercise. Did not lift weights. I'm going to lift weights tonight after I've eaten now. But a couple things that I noticed was I didn't have any sort of urges last night, like sexual thoughts at all. So that was good. I prayed and read my Bible yesterday morning. I prayed this morning. I read a little bit of scripture today. But I prayed both days. But also, last night, I put my phone in the bathroom. It was a little after 10. My goal these days is to try to get to sleep before 10 o'clock. So I didn't quite make it, but put my phone up. I laid down. And that's usually the time when you're fasting, when it's tough, is like when it's getting into the evening. I started to get hungry last night around like 5, 6 o'clock. But I laid down anyways and ended up falling asleep, probably about 20 minutes later. But when I woke up this morning, I didn't just immediately eat. I actually got up. I got up around 6:10, so I slept almost 8 hours, just under 8 hours. Had a good night's sleep now that I'm thinking about it. Probably slept about 7.5 hours. But I felt rested. I felt good. I checked my blood pressure this morning. For me, it was pretty good. It was 120/88. And then I went for a run, and then I had to take my son to go to work. And by the time I got home, it was, I think, maybe around like 10:30 or something like that. So I decided, well, I'm going to eat something. But I kind of had gone through that real hunger phase that I had last night. So that was kind of interesting. I may fast again tomorrow. A friend of mine's doing a fast for the whole week this week. So I might, to help encourage him, I may go back to fast after I work out tonight. We'll see what I end up doing. But again, long story short is fasting, it's good for your body. There's a lot of evidence that it helps repair your cells. So, especially in regards to cancer, I've got fat that I want to try and get rid of around my waist. So I'm going to try and use this as a way to help with that. I'll probably do some more fasting, but it pulls you closer to God in that, again, you're choosing to deny your flesh, your desire to eat. We eat too much food. So that's a way that it kind of brings you closer to God and honors Him, by denying yourself. And where I was going with this is a friend of mine told me there's a scripture in Matthew that some Bibles do not have. In my Bible, it's a New International Version. It doesn't have it. I can't remember off the top of my head. It might be Matthew 5:17 possibly, but it talks about using prayer and fasting. Okay, the King James Bible, it's in it. But I thought that was interesting because the church doesn't talk really about fasting at all and how it's beneficial for your your spiritual health and your physical health. But that's what I've experienced. So my thoughts were clear last night. Like I said, there was no urge, okay, for anything sexual. But then also like my physical health, right? So I dropped a little bit of weight. I think I lost, which I'll probably gain some back from eating and working out today, but I think I lost a pound or two, something like that. But then just on the inside, like I mentioned, you're clearing out your body. Your body can focus on healing now that it's not working on digestion, okay? So those are just a few things with fasting that I experienced, I guess, this last day and a half while practicing semen retention. So, and I felt good. My energy felt good. I didn't feel low energy yesterday at all. I had a pretty productive day for the most part, and I have this morning as well. So, and like I said, I had a good night's sleep. Got to bed pretty early for me. You know, I'm getting closer to where I want to be with that, which was encouraging. So anyways, just a few observations about fasting and prayer, and how some Bibles, it's not in there. The church doesn't talk about it. They talk about prayer. They don't talk about fasting really too much. So that's kind of interesting. But, and why is that? Why are some of the Bibles that's not in there? That's very weird to me. So anyways, just put some comments below if you have any questions about anything, or you fast. I'd love to hear from you as well, what you experience. But I do think it's something everyone should do. I'll add, I remember seeing a video years ago of a guy who fasted 1 day a week. That was all he did. And he lost a lot of weight. He'd been overweight. So again, that just shows you there that putting that discipline into your lifestyle can benefit you. It can help you. So anyways, hope you guys have a good day. God bless.